I had gone through a very tumultuous time in the business. I needed to remove at least 100 pounds of my body. The 60 to 80 hours that I was working, I needed to be able to step back from that. My name is Lucas Ribeiro. I am the founder and CEO of River BI and Recipe Pro, which is our larger company that we're focusing on. What we do is we focus on automating data engineering tasks. So River BI was a consultancy that focused on providing the best class data engineers for your analytics needs. And we built tools now to automate the hardest and most tedious parts of those tasks and leave now with Recipe Pro the ability to save a lot of those resources, provide best practices, and allow the data engineers to do work that actually matters rather than maintaining and copying and pasting. Before we worked together, I had gone through a very tumultuous time in the business post-COVID, and I had recovered the business, and I was looking to launch a new business. And with great insight, it was great demand, and at the same time, I had great personal demands. I needed to remove at least 100 pounds of my body. I needed to blend all those things. I couldn't give it up. The 60 to 80 hours that I was working on River BI, I needed to be able to step back from that. At the same time, I had a commitment to myself to remove all the damage I had done from the previous years to my health. I was overwhelmed in terms of time. Opportunity was abundant, but I needed to be able to organize myself to maximize. And it required a blend of personal development and a lot of business development. My natural skill sets in business weren't aligned with that in terms of operations.
So the experience was very light for something that for me was a full pressure, let's go hard type of personality. Let's go all in, full tilt all the time. You're able to come to us and listen to where we're at, identify our personality traits, identify the potential gaps there, and get that information. And even though after meeting you, I knew I could put full faith in you in this process.
I have very few moments where something impactful happens and something bad happens, and then I dip into one of my troughs. I can dip into strategies that provide me clarity of what's the next priority for me. Everybody that's involved in my businesses have seen a tremendous shift in my ability to schedule, to turn things down, to say no to things, even though I want to grab opportunities. The ability for me to shift focus, which, my work requires me to shift context all the time. And these systems that we set up allowed me to remove dead air, right? Remove the inefficient times. And those things automatically bring up the work that I need so that I can shift into that environment. So anything that's pendant there, it really reduces the time it takes me for me to switch modes. And that used to be a very costly thing for me. It used to be something that would take me 30 minutes, 45 minutes to fully shift into focus. And whenever I'm following those things, I can shift into focus within 5-10 minutes max, sometimes less. And I can just immediately shift focus because I am already prepared for that. And that's something that's scaled throughout the business that, by implementing those systems for myself and then for everybody around me, that also ensured that they knew what the context was, like what this meeting is for or what our goals are, and everybody would show up prepared and allow the team to move faster. Everybody has a better understanding of their roles, who they are, how we interplay, what our values are. Everybody not only benefits from it, but they fall in love with it because they see the value of their productivity. So Hassan gave us a system that he uses, and it was really, really useful. It wasn't too complex. As Hassan does, he introduces things that can scale, but in formats that are easy to digest for you to implement. It's really easy for us to be focused on the business, and I am hyper-focused on my businesses, which allowed me to leave weaknesses as a leader of the business. And to be able to work with somebody who understands that that's your focus. Because if you're getting in your own way, or if your people are getting in their own way, and you don't have ways to handle that and to support that, it's gonna crumble, right? You can't let any of those bricks fall apart just because you're focusing on the next brick that you want to put up. If you can't see it yourself, you won't be able to put it as an input for a suggestion, or you won't be able to get a consultant to come in and see it. You have to have that full spectrum blend. And that's really what I think the unique proposition of what Hassan does, offers, and is. I don't think it's something that you can find them all.